Mr. Trump acknowledged the cost of the tariffs.
Mr. Trump recently acknowledged that his tariff policy would come with a certain cost. Speaking at a cabinet meeting on April 10th, Mr. Trump said, "There will be transitional costs. There will be some issues during the transition, but in the end, it will be a great thing." Mr. Trump emphasized that the goal of the tariff policy is to reshape the global economy by encouraging manufacturers to bring their operations back to the United States. "We are trying to get the world to treat us fairly," the US president said, adding that everyone wants to come and sign a deal to reduce current tariff levels. Despite rising trade tensions, Mr. Trump expressed hope for reaching an agreement with China. "I believe we will achieve something that is good for both countries. I really hope that happens," Mr. Trump said. "We very much want to make a deal with China." The US president also expressed great respect for President Xi Jinping of China. "I think we will end up with a very good deal for both sides," he emphasized. However, Mr. Trump continued to repeat the accusation that China has taken advantage of and drained the US economy for a long time. Beijing has rejected such claims, arguing instead that the US is attempting to bully China because it cannot compete fairly. US Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, who also attended the cabinet meeting, asserted that Mr. Trump's policy is forcing other countries to make concessions. Many countries are entering negotiations and making offers they would have never made without the president's policy. "We are getting the respect we deserve," Lutnick said. "I think you're going to see a series of historic agreements being signed." Mr. Trump's statement came shortly after the White House announced that the total tariff rate on certain imports from China would reach up to 145%, including a 20% tariff related to the opioid fentanyl that Mr. Trump had previously imposed on Beijing. On April 9th, Mr. Trump announced that the US would temporarily impose a blanket 10% tariff on all countries, except China, for a period of 90 days. At the same time, he suspended a plan to impose tariffs of up to 50% on countries deemed to have the highest tariffs on US goods. However, tensions with China have yet to ease. Beijing has raised its total retaliatory tariffs on US goods to 84%. In addition, China also announced it would reduce the number of American films allowed to be screened domestically, currently limited to 34 films per year, citing a decline in audience interest in Hollywood amid rising trade tensions. In Europe, the European Union, EU, announced it would delay its retaliatory measures against the US for 90 days, measures that were originally scheduled to take effect on April 15. Previously, 26 out of 27 EU member states, with the exception of Hungary, had voted in favor of imposing retaliatory tariffs if the US proceeded with its planned 20% tariff. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said in a statement, "We want to give all parties a chance to negotiate." In response, Mr. Trump on April 10th praised the EU as being very smart for postponing the retaliatory tariffs after seeing his tough stance on China. "They were ready to announce retaliation, and then they heard what we did to China, and they said, 'We're going to hold back a little bit,'" Mr. Trump said.